Hello traders, and how are you guys doing? Now hope you guys are having an amazing 2026. Last week I told you guys, we gave you guys our analysis, and we told you guys what we think would happen on gold, right? First of all, we told you that there's a possibility for gold to come down into this zone, and then probably we look for buys from around here. And then we said, if that doesn't happen, then the next thing that we see that could happen is that gold could just push up, create a huge gap, and push up, break above this box right here, and then come back down, retest it, and then you get your buys, right? And exactly that happened. And that's the reason you guys need to take our videos seriously. If we tell you guys something, if we post a video, you guys need to watch it to the end, all right? Because so that you see exactly what we're looking at and know how you can get in on the, get in on the trade. All right. So we told you guys gold would most likely create a gap, which it did if you go to a lower time frame, and then what will happen from there, you would see it probably break this box, and once it breaks it, you wait, it comes back down to test it, and then you get in for your buy. So it did exactly that. And if you see here, as gold broke it here, it came down here and tested it, right? And then continued pushing up. Came back down again, came close, gave us another retest on this neckline right here, and then continued to push up. Now, unfortunately for me, I didn't get in on this buy because this is where I should have gotten in on this buy around here. All right, if you go to the 1 hour time frame, you see an opportunity there for you to get in, but I didn't get in. And the reason was because I was not on the charts. I missed the trade, I missed the opportunity. All right, so I just left it alone since I missed it. I don't like to chase a trade. I left it alone since I already have some buys from here. All right, if you guys remember, I've been holding this trade since last year. Sorry. I've been holding this trade since last year, and I still have some other buys down, right? So we've been holding those trades for quite some time now, and we're still holding them. Let's see. So guys, in this new week, what are we seeing? What do we think could happen, right? What's the next thing that's going to happen on gold? All right, so we're going to do the top down analysis and share with you. I'm going to share with you my thoughts on the gold chart. So make sure you watch this video to the end, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share, and ask questions in the comments. All right, ask questions, guys. So let's start from the monthly time frame. Let's hide this. Okay, so guys, on the monthly, come on, why is my network slow? On the monthly, we see the gold is still very much bullish, no doubt about that. Okay, so like I keep saying, we're going to still stick to looking for the buys. All right, and it's looking like gold is about to create a new all-time high. It's about to break this previous all-time high and create a new all-time high. So that's a good one. All right. So like I said, gold is about to create a new all-time high, and that's a good one. So we just keep watching and see what happens. Now there's a possibility for gold to just tank, right? But looking at what we're seeing, it's looking like gold is going to create a new all-time high. Now let's go to the weekly. Let's see what things are looking like there. Come on, my network. So now on the weekly, now gold is creating. Oh, there's a term for this kind of pattern, right? So I've forgotten what they call it. Now gold is creating gold is moving up, right? It's going up. It came down, went back up immediately, and now looking like it's about to, like we said, break this previous all-time high, which is a good one. If you see, it's creating higher highs and higher lows. All right, so we're just waiting to see what happens there. Let's go down to the daily. So in this new week now, what we could expect, it's very possible for gold to come back down into this point again, right? 4326. That could happen because most times when you see it, a formation like this is gold could actually come back down here. We could see consolidation for a while before it breaks it, or it could just, in a new week, it could just push up and break it completely and then continues its move up, right? So that's what could happen. One of those two things could happen. But even if gold should drop, then we'll most likely see it rejecting back upwards from here. I'm having some little bit of cut out something. So let's go to the daily. Try to be fast. Sorry, guys. Now on the daily, we can see. Let me put up the lines now. We can see gold is still pushing up, right? And it's pushing up right now. So we see the higher highs and the higher lows, right? So gold is about to break this particular point right here. So we just need to watch. Sorry, we just need to watch what happens right here. We just need to watch what happens right here, which I strongly believe gold is most likely going to break it. All right. So how could we get in on this trade now? As gold is pushing up, what could happen? Like I said, gold could come back down into that 4321 level, which is somewhere around here, right? So we could actually see gold come back down into this point. We could see gold come back down into this point and then continue to push up, right? That could happen. Yeah, that could definitely happen, okay? Or another thing that could happen, another thing that could happen, it might not reach there, it might just push up from here, right? But the point is we could see gold drop significantly and then push up, right? And then another thing that could happen, like I said last week, gold could just come down into this point here and then push up. What's happening? Why is my network acting this way? Okay, I didn't pick the right stuff. Gold could come down into this point, right? And then just push up from there. So it might not go down all the way here. It might just come down into this point right here and then push up from there. So let me just back that down before we go to the 4 hour. Right there. So that's another thing that could happen. Or it could just create a gap and then push up higher. Whichever one, those are the levels we're going to be looking for our buys from. We're just going to wait to see what price does in those levels. But like I said, I'm not just going to rush into any trade carelessly. If I wait, I see what I'm looking for, I get in. If I don't see it, I leave the charts alone and I let it do its thing. Since I'm already in on some buys, all right. But I'm just letting you guys know the points you could actually try to get in and look for possible entries from there. All right. So that's that. Let me extend this since um, so that's that, guys. That's what we're going to be looking for. So on the 4 hour, right, as you can see on the 4 hour, this level right here looks like a key level, right? So gold could most likely come into that place and then push up, but again, gold could actually drop even lower. Now looking at what we have here, there's a possibility for gold to even reject from here. All right, so there's a possibility for gold to reject from here. So these three levels are very key. So gold could reject from here, gold could reject from here, and gold could reject from this point. So the first level you need to take a look at, keep a close eye on, is 4478 level. All right, gold could reject from there, but gold could also come down low and reject from this point, which is 4433 level. Take note of those levels. All right, or it could come down lower into this third level, which is 4384 level. All right, so from any of these three zones, gold could actually reject from any of these three zones and then push up from there and continue to create a new all-time high. So that's just what I'm going to be keeping my eyes on, and definitely it's going to be a good one, right? So let's just watch and see what happens, guys. So let me know in the comment sections what you think. But that's what I'm going to be keeping my eyes on. Simple as that. And I always tell people this: always make your trading as simple as possible. Don't complicate your trading. And it's just the best way to trade. All right, guys. So when people see the way I trade and see my analysis, they'll say, oh, is that it? Yeah, that's it. It's as simple as that. Okay, so we just wait. You can go watch our other videos. There's some videos where I spoke about entries and exits. Those videos are going to be helpful for you, because that will let you know how I get in on the trade and how I exit. All right, so it's very important, so go look for those videos, or I might put them in the link sometime. All right, guys, so have a wonderful week. Peace out, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it. Bye.